Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to part 4 of my tour around the Krumet Valley. In this episode, we're going to cover kind of the routes that haven't done. We're going to take the smelter to lumberyard area track that goes up out of the valley, and we'll be making a big left-hand turn, and we'll take the southwest cutoff across the map over to the ironworks, and at the ironworks we'll use the loop to turn around and come back over to the rail yard again. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to check to see what our fire condition is. I'm going to toss a couple on here, or one. Okay, good that way. Yoink. Okay, so first, let's Y the train, so we're going back the other direction. With the maintenance of way train, I like to push it around rather than pull it around. So we're going to go through this Y that's over here behind us. And so, in the traditional reverse. And we'll give it some throttle. We're going to start backing up. Now we're going to go over the crossing here. It's kind of a shortcut between the part that leads from the lumberyard down to here, and then directly over to the part that goes up to the coal mine area. But I don't know how much I'll actually be using that. But we're going to go through that here in a moment after we turn the train. More. Let's go over here and flip this, and then we can go through the Y and start to turn around. Oops, stopped for the wrong switch. Let's the one I really want. And now we're going to cut around the other side of the smelter. I've recently been working on trying to go back and make my track sections be as long as possible in an effort to hopefully make it so that it isn't quite as laggy, although some people say it really relates to the number of turnouts that you have on your way out. But I haven't tried it with multiple players yet, so we'll have to try that in the very near future. You can find me, usually I'm on Aardvark's Discord. That's Aardvark Games, and put a link to his YouTube in the description. Once again, here we are at the back end of the smelter where you pick up stuff. We'll go up the grade a bit so that we can get clear of the switch to go through that crossing that I pointed out just a few minutes ago. And I probably am too late. Yes. Have to try this again. Brakes aren't that great on this locomotive. Okay, and now we're going to pop open Railroad Online Extended and continue our journey up the hill by going through this little shortcut that I have here. We don't want to go too fast. It's really tight. I had a lot of trouble laying this. It took me a lot of experimentation to get this just right so it would even work. Which is why I have a 4.5% downgrade coming down from up above the waterfall. It helps to have the reverser in the right position for where you're going. You can see just how sharp this curve is. Over there you can kind of see the smelter through the trees. And you can see on the mini map in the upper right hand corner how weird and complicated this junction is. Here we go, we're going up the hill to sort of the main junction, and we'll turn left and go over across the southwest corridor shortcut. I put in the shortwest corridor shortcut and try and make it faster to get from the various industries on this side, like raw iron and the lumber mill, to get that stuff over to the ironworks, the oil field, and the refinery. There's a lot of people that go around sort of the northern edge of this little gully that the smelter is in, and I've done that before, but I kind of like this way where I kind of am following the river, going up the bluff. You can see the waterfall back over there so you can see where we are. Let me pop up the map so you can see where we are. As we go up this varies from 2 to 3% uphill. And we give it a little more gas, I think, because we're slowing down. All my brakes are off. And they are working our way up. The smelter is over there. Iron ore mine is up that direction. Our route to the iron ore mine from the lumber mill is over here. And the waterfall is back over there. Again, this is where we are now. As we approach the saddle, just make sure that we're on track to go through the correct switches that we need to go through to get where we're going. Just way over here. Okay. Oops. And while we're thinking about it, let's make sure that we're set up over here too. And we're going back up to that cut, the saddle as I call it. It's like that feature on a map. There's a mini valley. We're here. And now we're coming up to the junction. If you go to the right, you go to the sawmill and the logging camp. But if you go to the left, then you can go to the freight depot and the southwest corridor. We're heading to the southwest corridor, so we'll be going left. Moment we'll come up to another big junction. We were through this in the first episode, where the track that's going off to our right, we can't actually take from going this direction. It's going up to the logging camp. If we were to go off to the left, that would be to the freight house. But we're going to go forward, and this will take us on to the southwest corridor. Be on the right track on the southwest corridor. And to show you where we are now, right across here, and we pop up the control map, because I need to make sure that we're going to go the right way when we get to the other end, which is that direction. And as long as we're in here, let's go here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go forward, and then we're going to go right here. Okay. As we're traveling, continue to travel across the southwest corridor line. See that we're going to make a curve to the right. The track that's coming in across the bridge on the left-hand side is the one that goes over to the freight depot. We'll be going there in just a couple of minutes. As soon as we make the loop down, it's down behind the ironworks. Once again, if we went forward at this point, we would end up at the oil field, but we're going left to get to the ironworks. coming up soon is the crossover to take us to the output side of the ironworks, and that will lead us to being able to go around the reverse loop that's hiding behind the ironworks. Let's cut back on the throttle just a tad. And you can see how I built this in my other video about remodeling this area's track plan. Quite a few switches through here, and we'll be coming in around again on that track that just went off to the right. And this is a fairly tight turn coming up. If there's anybody that would like me to cover any specific things such as loops, Ys, grades, bridges, do leave a comment, and I'll be happy to make a video about that coming up. We're crossing back the way we came. Basically have just done a big huge teardrop shape, and now we're heading back in the direction that we came from. Let's pick up a little speed while I'm in here. This time when we get back to the freight depot, though, we're going to enter the yard and head for the parking spot for the maintenance of way train. So once again, we're going around to the right. We're going to keep right as we go through this junction and across this bridge again. It's actually a fairly big map and it's well thought out. I'm anxious to see what happens when they try to implement some of the other things that was talked about, like passenger service, mail service, etc. It'll be interesting to see what happens. There is talk, they've been teasing us with another even bigger locomotive. It will be interesting to see what that will be when it comes out. They just added another one that's in kind of the same genre as some of the older locomotives. This is some of the newer ones. Now let's cut our throttle way back as we go into the yard. You can see the the freight depot in the distance. Here we go. We're arriving here. And there we are. That pretty much completes the tour around most of the major features of the main Krumet Valley. I will be doing a video upcoming about another track plan that I've been working on. It's a minimalist one. I'm trying to keep the number of switches as low as possible, but that makes it more challenging because so far I have no passing sidings or places to park trains. So it kind of blocks track sometimes when you park a train. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be well and do good work.